we're back. Now, before the break, Patrice, you were talking about particular moms who they have this layer that they protective layer because so much is on their shoulders. How do you get women to see that it's okay to balance work or no work, rent, parenting?
Conversations, and we have to get out there, we being the Women's Resource Center, we have to get out there a little more and let people know we are available, that we are there. I think the key, Carla, is letting women know they're not alone. Many times women feel like they are the only ones going through whatever it is they're going through. And so they are having a tough time. Imagine that you cannot feed your children, you've lost your job, you can't feed your children, you can't pay the rent, you don't know when you're getting out, and the children come home from school and you still have to put on the mommy face and how was your day, and let's do homework together, and let's eat dinner. You don't know what dinner's going to be, and all of that. And because you don't know that you can ask for help, that there are other women who understand, there are people who are willing to help, and that it's okay to say, I'm not good. And I think
But then you get labeled, and you're cold, weak, or they judge you because your children, just for example, don't have a proper haircut,
right,
or there may not be a lot in the lunchbox.
Right.
How, with that mounting up pressure, but yet you're expected to believe it's going to be okay?
Right. And I know it's difficult for them to even start to believe that it's going to be okay, but I think before getting to believing it's going to be okay is reaching out for help. And we typically, especially as Bermudians, we find that women will be hesitant to even come to us because they think that everybody will know what's going on with them, and they don't. We're very proud, especially when we are accustomed to being able to care for our families, and then all of a sudden something happens, the rug gets pulled out from under us. We may have lost a job, or our significant other may have left, and we're now taking on more responsibilities than we have had to in the past. But I think when we let somebody know that we are in crisis, we are hurting, we need help, then that's when we start to find help. And it is our duty, the agencies who are out there to provide support, we have got to make sure that we are treating these clients and these women and these families and these human beings with confidentiality, the confidentiality and respect that they deserve. We cannot judge them, we cannot talk about them. At the Women's Resource Center, I'm the executive director there, and the biggest thing to me is confidentiality. I don't ever want anyone not to come to us because they think that we may then talk about them after they leave. That's unheard of. We don't do that. We want them to know we're there. We want them to know we're not going to say, so how come you can't feed your children? Or what do you do? What did you do wrong? Or how did you get to this situation? It is what it is. They are there. They don't need to be reminded of why they're there. And who are we to say, you know better than this, or whatever the case is.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, has the recession had an impact on the magnitude of women who are coming through the doors?
Absolutely, absolutely. And more, I mean, with the recession came the redundancies and all of that. But prior to that, there were women who were not working or were underemployed and underpaid. So, it has been around for a long time. But when I first started working at the Women's Resource Center in 2012, we had maybe 2 calls a week with women in dire straits. We now get maybe 2 calls a day with women who are struggling in a multitude of areas as far as looking after their families goes. So we have seen it just happen in a matter of years, and we just need to make sure they know, even if it's for them to come in and talk to someone about how they are being affected by it, we're there.
And not only them, how are the children being impacted? Can you offer some examples as such?
We don't see the children,
right,
but from the mothers we get, I'm so tired of my children seeing me cry, or I will sit home all day. If they're not working, I'll cry all day, and when the children come home, the mask goes on. And children don't know that mama has been crying all day, or sometimes they do. Sometimes they do know. Sometimes they don't know how to shut the tears off, and sometimes they don't have a mask. So they will continue to cry all day and all night. They don't have, small children, and whatever age the children are, they take time. There's work involved, and you have to have a resilience and a patience, a level of patience in parenting. And when your world is falling apart, that becomes a bit of a challenge. And so the children then know that something's going on. And as you said, sometimes they don't have enough food to take for lunch. We have women who call sometimes and say, I don't have any food to send for my child tomorrow. And so the children go to school, and then the other children tease them and all of that type of stuff. And we get, you know, they get to the point where it becomes a cycle where they're being bullied and their mom has to deal with that as well. So women need to understand that they can come for help.
Now, just women to women in general, what can we do better as women towards other women?
Stop judging them. Stop asking, how did they get there? Sometimes that question is, how did they get there? But it doesn't matter. They're there. So then we have to meet people where they are and find out how we can help them, not judge them, not sit in this place of, I'm up here, you're down there, and do what we can to help. Some of us can reach out to them. We can become mentors. We can say to them, what do you need? Some women will say, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay, because if they think someone may be getting in their business. But for those who are in need of help, if the help is coming from a genuine place, then I think the thing to do is to say, yes, I do need help.
But we seem to be caught up in this society in aesthetics. I will never forget one Christmas when a popular radio host was doing a turkey giveaway, and someone came to collect in a BMW. And the waves went crazy, saying, well, if they have a Beamer, why would they need a turkey, etc.
Right.
Why do we do this as women? Because it was women who were the attackers.
Yeah. I wish I had the answer. I wish I could sit here and give you the answer. And I think because women were the attackers, it's not that other people, meaning men, were not thinking the same thing. But I think we, again, don't meet people where they are. Maybe they had the BMW all of this time, and many people are one paycheck away from not being able to pay their bills. That's the reality. The truth of the matter is people are okay as long as a paycheck is coming in. They can cover all of their expenses. But let them lose a job, and then next month, there's nothing. So the person has the Beamer. They've had it all this time. They lost the job 2 months ago. This month, they don't have any money. The savings is gone. The whatever has gone. So they still need transportation to get their kids to school, to do whatever. So then the argument could be, so then sell the Beamer and get a cheaper car. Okay, perhaps. All right. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But we don't know. We don't know.
Okay, now we're going to take a break. But when we get back, I want to talk to you about fathers and how they are, or the lack of action is contributing to the demise of women. So we'll have more with Patrice Frith Hayward when we return.
Men can enhance our happiness. So we're happy in relationship, but we can be happy without a relationship as well.